Hey guys, welcome back to Farm and Sugar. It has been a minute since we've been on YouTube or making a video or doing anything. Kind of took a little bit of time off. It was just so busy over the holidays, but it's 2026 and we are back and I'm gonna get right into it. We're making chocolate oatmeal cream pies. Yeah, I was gonna do a normal one, but then I was like, let's add a twist to it somewhere. I need a twist because a chocolate cream pie. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get it started because we got a lot to get done today. We got to work out, we got to get our steps in. I wanted to go for a run. We need to make sure the chicken coops are secure. The plastic outside of it is all done and properly stapled up because it's supposed to storm tonight and I want to make sure it doesn't like blow off their little cover on their runs. And we need to make sure everybody's got water and food and everything like that today. I don't remember if I said if I needed to work out, but that's definitely on the list. We gotta eat, we gotta make dinner, we got a full day, and I also need to clean. So let's go ahead and get these started so they can get in the oven. When they're in the oven, I can make the chocolate cream frosting. Yeah. So a cup of softened butter is gonna go right into your mixer. And you already know my KitchenAid. I'm gonna make sure we scrape all the butter out of this jar here. Just like that. All right, so now we're gonna cream this butter together with half a cup of granulated sugar and 3/4 a cup of brown sugar. Now let's cream that together for about 2 to 3 minutes on like a medium speed. And then do that, and then we'll mix in 2 room temperature eggs and some vanilla extract, and we measure with our little hearts around here on that one. I'm going to stop that, and I'm going to scrape down the edges. That way everything is getting incorporated and done together. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and add in your vanilla extract. And then our 2 eggs. They cracked weird today. And 2. All right, go ahead and cream that together again on a medium-low speed for another 2 to 3 minutes. I'm also going to go ahead and start my oven baking at 350. Go ahead and scrape down those edges again because there's a little bit of butter still over here. Dude, it smells so good, and it's just butters and sugars. Some vanilla. It smells so good. All right. Now I'm going to add in 1/4 a cup of cocoa powder. And then we're going to do 1 cup all-purpose flour. Half. Okay then. Add a little pinch of salt. And then we're going to do 1 teaspoon of baking soda. I need to figure out a better way to do the baking soda because trying to get it out of here can be annoying sometimes. Perfect. All right, let's mix that together. 3 cups of rolled oats. I'm also drinking a Monster today because, I don't know, I'm just green today, I guess, but the girl needed a Monster because we were tired. And scrape down the sides, that way everything, all the flour, release it. That way all the flour and the cocoa powder gets mixed in there. It is windy out today and it's supposed to pick up again tonight, like really bad, so hope it's nothing too crazy. Mix that together for another minute. All right, so now we're just gonna fold the oats in. We're not going to mix it in here. So. That means we gotta get everything off of our whisk here. Making a mess. Have you guys ever tried the chocolate oatmeal cream pies? I don't think I have, but it seemed really good. And to be honest, I'm gonna taste this. Kind of tastes like cake batter. That's good. Right in our dishwasher. My dishwasher is almost full, so I really need to run it, but there's still enough room to fit like a couple more things in the bottom. So I'm trying to hold out until after I make this. All right, 3 cups. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay, now we're just gonna fold that into our mixture. You could probably use the paddle attachment and mix this in. But to be honest, we already had the spatula, and then this is just a little bit easier. And it kind of keeps it more intact for the oats. So I like it better doing it this way. And I don't have to dirty another attachment, and I can scoop everything off the bottom. It's like we're pretty mixed. The sun's like trying to peek through, so that like, I was wondering, I was like, why is it getting lighter? So this is what your mixture will look like. So now we need to get our baking sheet. We're gonna use our mixer still to make our chocolate frosting. All right, so I got our pan. Let me get some parchment paper because easy cleanup. Down. Go ahead and get out another pan. I feel like I'm gonna need more room, but I may not. But just in case. All right, so you can use like a 1-inch like ice cream scoop or cookie scoop to do this, but mine broke, so we're winging this, and I'm just probably gonna use like a spoon. Let me take my rings off. Roll the sleeves up a little bit. Gonna just make it into a little ball as best you can. And I'm probably just going to scoop the rest out. Yeah, that's sticky. This is a really sucky time for my cookie scoop to break. I probably should have had more than one though, but it happens. That's gonna be a bigger one. Do you guys have a good cookie scoop? Because every one that I buy seems to break, which drives me nuts, but what can you do? Okay, so first that's done. These are gonna bake in the oven for about 10 minutes. So let's go ahead and get these in. And then I'll meet you back here to make our buttercream or chocolate frosting. I can't wait to try that one. So I'll see you in a minute. All right, so the first batch is out cooling. So let's get started on this frosting. So we're gonna take a cup of softened butter. Use my spatula again. Bit. Another 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. And then 3 cups of powdered sugar. Trying so hard not to make a mess with powdered sugar, but somehow it always does. Okay. We're gonna start out with a slow stir so everything's incorporated and none of it is just flying all over the place. So we're gonna let that all marry together and then we'll see like the consistency and then we'll add in maybe like 3 tablespoons of milk to give it that like frosting like texture. Go ahead and clean up a bit. And I also already have a piping bag inside of a glass cup, so that way it's easier to just put on the oatmeal. It'll be a little bit, so we don't have to like try to spread it. We can just swirl it on there and we're done. Now I'm going to stop. I'm going to press everything down now that it's all incorporated. Now we're going to add the milk. 3 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3. Okay, And let's start that as a stir. Speed that up a little bit. And we're gonna have frosting soon. Also, this is the fit. It's all Honor Active, Timeless in Racing Green. I got the leggings on and the jacket because I'm gonna go for a run probably after shoulder day. So yeah, that is already looking so good. I'm gonna stop and scrape everything down because there's some powdered sugar on the top and on the bottom. And we really want that to be all in there. Whipping that butter around, giving it frosting. Go ahead and show you. I made some small, some bigger, but that is what they should look like. Okay, this was so easy to make. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but learning how to make frosting, you probably will never buy the little containers again. I mean, I have those. You can definitely use those if you want to save time. But like, this is 10 times better. And what, 4 ingredients? 3-4 ingredients? Like, come on. You cannot beat that. Especially if you don't want to go to the store. You can just make it at home. Let me try it again. Whip it a little bit more. Now I need to plate. Actually, and scrape this off. Fear this is the worst part because we don't want to waste any. That's about as best as we're gonna probably get it. Okay, dishwasher. Right, and we're just gonna go ahead, mix it around for a second just to make sure everything did get incorporated. And we're just gonna put some in a piping bag or a Ziploc baggie, or you can just use a spatula if that's easier for you. I already had some piping bags, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use that. This frosting would be really good for a chocolate cake. Can already tell that. That would be really good. Go ahead and cut the tip off. I've been doing mine a little bit smaller, so I cut just a tad bit off. So you want to match the tops and bottoms as much as you can. That way they're consistent. All right, so you're just going to pipe on some to the bottom. And then put the top on. And it looks like that. You obviously want your oatmeal cookie to be cool, because if not, it'll like move around and not hold up or melt your icing. But these look absolutely amazing. I'm gonna try this one actually. Yeah. If you want to twist on the normal like oatmeal cream pie and chocolate's your thing, give this a try. This is really good. Like, it's so good. All right, I'll show you guys the finished product once I get them all piped. Be right back. All right, guys, they are all done. They look and smell amazing, and I'm just betting these might be my husband's new favorite, but I guess we'll have to get his opinion on that, so we'll see. He's on his way home now. Well, he's got about like 9 hours before he's home, but can't wait for him to try these as long as I can stay out of them today, and I'm betting Axel's gonna love these as well, so I can't wait till they get home, and I really hope you guys try these, but these took less than like an hour to cook. Like, that's insane to make these from scratch in less than an hour. Like, that's insane. Go ahead, make these, try these. So part of me wants to try a strawberry one or a caramel one, but it's Valentine's Day coming up, so we're gonna have to think of something. I'm thinking of like cake layers or something, or cake pops, cookie cake, something. We're gonna do something along those lines for Valentine's Day. Probably a layered like mini cakes, but now that we know how to make our own frosting, that's gonna be super easy. So go ahead, make these, give these a try. Let me know if you do try them, and also comment, like, and subscribe on this video so you can keep getting these recipes to try at home and workouts to try at home. And yeah, so now that these are done, I don't know if I want to clean first or work out first. Part of me wants to work out, go for my run, eat lunch, and then clean, so I get like my time out of the way, like my workout time out of the way, and then I can just clean the rest of the day. I also have some schoolwork that I need to get done, so, and chicken water. So yeah, let's go ahead, let's head to our gym and let's get a little shoulder day workout in, and we're gonna go for a run. So I'll see you guys in the gym. All right, it's a little loud in here because I had the heater on and now it's cooling down because it was just a little chilly in here. So yeah, and I like to work out when it's warm, not when it's freezing cold in the garage. So let's go ahead, let's start this shoulder day, and then we can go for a run. Okay guys, our shoulder workout is done. I did do some abs. I just didn't record those because they were kind of just like on the fly. I do think that I'm not gonna run today, but I am gonna do a weighted walk. That way I'm still getting my exercise in, or like my steps in and everything, but I just don't think I wanna run today. I just started taking creatine, so I want to make sure that I am staying hydrated. So I want to get that good and intact before I get too dehydrated. So I'm going to put my hair up and I'm going to do probably 2 miles on my weighted walk. And then I also need to go and do the chickens. So let's go ahead and get the chickens situated so they're all done, and then we're gonna hit our weighted walk. That sounds like a better plan. And I also need to throw chicken taco soup in the crock pot as well. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna get my post-workout drink, which I'm just gonna do some like water boy hydration mixed with my creatine and some protein. I'm actually gonna eat my protein, not drink a protein shake. I'm gonna do some chicken sausages and some sauerkraut, and maybe some cottage cheese, so a little bit more protein in there. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll go outside to the chicken coop, and I'll show you guys the turkeys and how big that they are now. It's insane. Have the water running, so don't mind that. So I'm gonna use actually the weekend recovery just because I need a little bit more. This is a strawberry lemonade flavor from Waterboy, so I'm gonna use that. And then my creatine, I put in that as well. And I use First Form. Almost all of my stuff is through them. Here goes the fun part. The only thing I wish Waterboy had a little bit more, because you don't mix that as much water. Like Liquid IV, I can put 1 in this entire 40 ounces and it's like the perfect taste and flavor to like water ratio. But the Waterboy one, I noticed I can't go over, I think like 16 to 20 ounces of water. If that's like the max, or the taste is just gone. I need to get a new mixer. This one's getting out there, old. Okay. Okay, I like the flavor. I can add more water to this one. I put it in here, that way it's easier to measure, and I can just dump it into a glass if I'm mixing it into something, and that way I don't have to constantly like measure out water. So yeah, let's go ahead and make some lunch, because your girl is hungry, and I pretty much eat the same thing for lunch every day. I live off cottage cheese. That's one thing for sure. Like breakfast and lunch, I always have it. And then 2 of these Bolinsky chicken sausages. These are so good. Macros are so great. Like each one is 80 calories, 2.5 grams of fat, 2 carbs, 12 grams of protein for one of those. So perfect. I usually do 2. I did eat the oatmeal cream pie earlier, so I really have to watch my carbs for the day, because remember, I'm still in a calorie deficit, so. And then organic sauerkraut, but let's go ahead and warm up the chicken sausages because they're like still frozen a little bit. So I'll warm these up and then I'll show you guys my plate. All right, so put the cottage cheese on there. I just do a super simple lunch. That way I can have a little bit more for dinner or like a snack later. And I'm not really into lunch that much, so I don't like to use my calories here. This whole lunch is 215 calories, 31 grams of protein, 9 carbs, 6 fat, and 4 fiber. And this keeps me full until dinner. So give this a try. It's really good. The Belinsky sausage has been the best that I have found so far. If you have another recommendation, drop it down in the comments. But they're a little pricey, but the macros are worth it, and the taste. Like sometimes you can get a chicken sausage and they're just not good. So 10 out of 10, recommend these. All right, so I'm gonna eat lunch. And then we're gonna head out to the chicken coop and check on them, and then we'll go for our walk. Okay, so it definitely got windy outside, so I'm not bringing my tripod outside because it'll be my luck, it'll fall over in the wind. Like, I'm sorry if it's windy. But I didn't realize it was as warm as it is, so yeah. But I'm glad because it's gonna get cold next week, like 30s and 40s. And I'm not ready for that. So I will take 60-degree weather today, especially in Kentucky. All right, so I'm gonna turn you guys around. Don't laugh, I have honor with my boots on. You know, that's how we roll around here. All right, let's look. Hello, everyone. Look at everybody. Hello. What are you guys doing? Having turkeys. I absolutely love it. Like, it is so fun. That's my little cuddler. She likes to cuddle. But the coops are ugly right now, unfortunately, because we got to keep them warm. It's supposed to rain the next 2 days, so I have to make sure it is all good. I do need to fix that corner up there again, so I need to go get the stapler, and we'll do that. Okay, let's see if there's any eggs. Oh yay, there's 3 eggs. Looks like somebody was trying to lay an egg and I just scared her out. So we'll let her be. Alright, so let's see. Silky's they're all just huddled in there. There's a Silky egg. Alright. Boys are strutting their stuff. I'm gonna go get the stapler and some water because we need to fill up their water, and we'll fix up the coops. Okay, she's a little dusty. That's okay. We haven't wore it in a while because it got cold, but the chicken coops are all reinforced. They have water. So now it is time to get some steps in, and I need quite a bit because we were in the house all morning. So I still need like 8,000 more steps. Actually more like 7 because I'm at 3. So that's gonna be at least 3 miles for me. So let's get to it. I'll see you guys back here for cleaning, right? All right guys, so we got our steps done, our workout done. We made our chocolate oatmeal cream pies. Our chicken water's done. Their pen is reinforced for the weather coming in tonight. It actually is already starting to sprinkle early than expected, and it got really windy, but we got our stuff done. Now it's time to get the rest of the ingredients in the crock pot for chicken enchilada soup. And then we are done for the day besides just picking up and cleaning. I'm gonna do that after I get the soup in. So let's get this in. I need to log it in my app too, so that way I know kind of what I'm eating, my macros, tracking everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that in. So I've had my chicken breasts cooking already, so I'm just gonna put them in a pan for it to shred. All right, take that off the scale. We're gonna shred our chicken the easy way. All right, so we're gonna put this all back into the crock pot because I want it really chickeny, because like I don't like my soup to be like more like liquid or water or runny. I like it to be thick. I just gave my dog some. So we'll put this back. Get every last bit out. Do a can of Rotel. Right, so that's the 1 cup. A can of enchilada sauce. I have some corn and black beans that I need to use up, but I need to drain this one because I'm gonna add extra. Okay, we're adding our black beans. So there's 1 cup. All right, next we're gonna do some cannelli beans. Usually it's not this unorganized, but measuring sometimes can be a pain, and I didn't prep anything, so it's about 1.5 cups. All right, we're gonna add some corn. This one will be easy because I can do this one as in grams. So. We're probably gonna be eating on this for a couple of days. Most definitely. So I'm gonna go ahead and add 1 thing of chicken broth, which is like 4 cups. And then I'm gonna add some taco seasoning. Do like 5 teaspoons. See where we're at with that. That was a pain. I'm gonna mix this around, see what it's looking at, and then I'll probably add some onion, and then we'll also, in a little bit, add cream cheese. I'm gonna add a cup of water. Now we're gonna cut up our onion and add that in. Do 95 grams of onion. All right, mixy mix. I think I'm gonna add some poblano peppers too. All right, so just do one of these. Beautiful. All right, and then our cream cheese. Can't decide if I want to, probably just do the whole block. So I didn't really put many fats in here, so. And this is the half fat one too, so. Right on in. She's creamy, she's chunky, she's macro friendly, she's good. Give it a try. Just don't take as long as I do to make it, but had to track. So I'll portion it up, I'll get the full weight, and then I'll portion it out for what I can eat later when it's all done. But that is gonna do it for this episode on the farm. We are back to our videos, we are back to baking, and we're gonna start getting into Valentine's Day here soon, so be prepared for that. And you can make Valentine's Day desserts at home. You don't need to go out and buy them. I promise you can do it at home. So I will see you next time on the farm. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. And we will see you next time on the farm. Bye guys.